Good morning, everybody. Good morning, my loves. Come on in. It's Steph's Case Files, of course. You know what we're covering this morning. I am live on YouTube as well so that we can watch the trial. Go, give me just a second on that. Okay. Good morning. I see you, Georgiana, over on YouTube. If you guys want to watch the trial with us, join me on YouTube, please, so that you can see everything. They're on a break right now.
Back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant and the 18 jurors.
They're coming back from break.
Yes, Commonwealth calls PJ Hussey.
Debrix, listen, if you, oh, Deborah, I'm sorry, I totally misread that. Deborah, good morning. Kathy, hey, over here. We're live on YouTube watching and listening to the oh, for the love, the Lindsay Clancy trial. I'm trying, is it Thursday or Wednesday or Monday? Hey, Mama Coop.
Watch your step, please.
Mama, look, hi. I'm live on YouTube so we can watch and talk about the trial as we go along. I've been watching all morning.
Good morning. Could you please state and spell your name for the record?
PJ Hussey, Hussey,
And your date of birth?
5/5/1963.
Where do you work?
Hey, do I have any mods
How
in
long have you been
here?
a firefighter?
Just wondering. Asking for a friend.
Are you also a paramedic?
Yes.
What's the difference between an EMT and a paramedic?
Paramedic has advanced life-saving skills, intubation,
Sarah!
medicine we can use on the patients.
And is there a certain type of training that you have to have as a paramedic?
Thank
Yes,
you for the
every
jewels,
2 years.
Megan.
And to first qualify as a paramedic, what do you have to do?
There's a paramedic class that you take upwards of 2 years.
So you take that paramedic class.
Watch
Is there a
it,
test you
Tanya,
have to take at
watch
the
it.
end
That's
of
a state test, yep.
And once you pass that state test and become a paramedic, you have to do continuing education. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And did you take that initial training, pass that initial test, and then pass all subsequent training to be a paramedic?
Yes.
And how long have you been a paramedic?
About 17 years.
What is your current role with the Duxbury Fire Department?
I'm a captain, which is considered a shift commander.
And in January of 2023, were you in that same role?
Yes.
What does a shift commander do?
Sarah!
Oversees the operations of the town as far as
Ursula!
firefighting and medical services.
How many fire departments or stations rather?
I'm
How
live on
many
YouTube.
stations does Duxbury Fire Department have?
Duxbury has 2.
And how far apart are they?
About 10 minutes apart.
And are they staffed differently from
Yes.
each other?
Yeah.
And how are they staffed?
At the central station, there's a captain and usually 3, and the other station, there's 2, just 2 firefighters.
And for Duxbury, are all the firefighters that work for Duxbury Fire Department also paramedics?
Not all. We have 2 EMTs.
Now,
The rest are medics.
I'm sorry?
The rest are medics.
And when you say medics, you're talking about paramedics?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So directing your attention to January 24th, 2023, were you working that day?
Yes.
And what shift were you working?
My own shift. My group, shift 1.
And what is shift 1?
It's just we have four shifts, and I'm just group 1, shift 1.
Is there a certain time that spans?
Thank you for joining us.
day?
I'm also
No,
live
24-hour
on the Big
shifts,
YT
8 o'clock in
so
the
we
morning to
can
8 o'clock the
watch
next morning.
together.
Okay, so you were working 8 o'clock in the morning on January 24th,
Yes,
and your shift would end 8 o'clock in the morning on January 25th?
correct.
For those of you who are just coming in, I am live on YouTube as well at Steph's Case Files on YouTube so that we can watch the trial together and talk. I'm going to be live here as well, but we are, for the most part, on YouTube, okay, at Steph's Case Files.
My car, the shift commander car, ambulance 1, and engine number 2.
And what was the personnel in each of those vehicles? Not names necessarily, but how many people?
And
we put
someone
usually
summarize
just
for
two in the ambulance,
Belinda.
but because of the severity of the
loud.
call when it first came in, we put 3 people in the ambulance, a driver plus 2 medics in the ambulance, and then 2 firefighter medics in the engine from the other station.
So that would be 6 people in total?
6 total. Yeah.
And did you have anyone from the second station respond initially?
We all came at the same time. We all got dispatched at the same time.
So would that have been 6 people total from both stations or 6 people from the central station?
6 people total from both.
And when you arrived on scene, what did you see upon arrival?
There's a couple of police cruisers that were there already, just beat us in. And then we had to go up back to where the patient was located.
And when you refer to the patient that was out back, was that Lindsay Clancy?
Yes,
And did you head to the backyard?
yes,
And did you see her on the ground?
I did.
Thank you for joining,
And,
Georgetta.
were you personally treating her, or was it the other paramedics that
The
were
other
doing it?
paramedics were treating her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were you doing?
Just supervising the call, just make sure things are handled appropriately as a shift commander.
I'm on YouTube, so we can watch it. YouTube at Steph's Case Files. Welcome, Stephanie Hugo. We're on YouTube Live. We're talking about the Lindsay Clancy trial.
Do you see
It is
the area
live. We're
where
watching the
you
trial
were
live.
in the backyard that night on the screen?
If you missed
Yes,
this morning, the other police just testified on what they saw when they went to the basement, and they showed pictures of the area, of course, without the children in them. Tap, 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 tapping is clapping. Today's live goal is 10 crowns. If you can throw one, it goes to support the platform and what I do here. Otherwise, tapping is clapping is sharing and all those things. Please, please, please do so. Tap, share,
Right below this
repost.
window, you're pointing to the far right second story window.
Welcome, Lindsay from TikTok.
At some point in time while you were standing there, did you hear a loud noise?
I heard a scream.
And when you heard the scream, could you tell where it was coming from?
It sounded like it was coming from the basement.
So
And
he
did
found the
you look
kids
anywhere in
while the
particular?
police
Yeah,
were
they
there.
looked through the basement window and able to see a male person downstairs.
And when you say the basement window, are you referring to that first
Yes.
metal?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
that was in Exhibit 37. Just showing you.
We are live on YouTube. 239 souls in this room right now.
marked as
At
Exhibit
Steph's Case
50.
Files, if you want to chat with us and also watch the
Window
trial
here on the right.
at the same time. Over here, we can just listen to audio.
The window that you look through is a bit-
I know,
see down
Wendy.
into that
Right now, they're showing a 3D model of the home.
And was the light on in the basement office when you
A
looked in?
light was on. Yes.
And
How many do I have any mods over here on TikTok? Any mods? If you're just joining us, we are live on
Oh,
the Big YT.
Older male gentleman, now knowing it was Patrick Clancy, unwrapping something from a child's head.
And when you saw the male unwrapping something, can you demonstrate the motion that they were doing?
Yeah, the child was on the ground. The
Watch for bots.
head was
That's all I was
towards
going
the
to say.
window, so the head was towards the back of the house, and he picked the child up, and he was in a circular motion, taking something off the head, around the neck.
And could you see the
Get-
child's face?
You'll get
Yes,
pinged by
And what
TikTok. They
observations
don't
did you
allow
make
it.
of the child's face?
the head was blue.
Reproduce content.
And did you later learn that child was Dawson Clancy?
Yes.
At that point, what did you do?
Thank you, Lindsay.
Because of the
Gold
severity
coin.
of
Thank
Miss Clancy
you.
on the ground, and now we have another patient. I put a all call in, which is a recall of Duxbury personnel, all Duxbury personnel, if they're available to come back to the town to help out. For when I need help on the scene, and I also need help in the town to cover the town while I'm busy at this scene. And I also requested a mutual aid ambulance to respond to the scene.
Because at that time, there was only one ambulance that was
One
responding.
ambulance for Miss Clancy, yes, and then I called another. seeing the next patient, I called another ambulance in.
Okay. And what is mutual aid?
Mutual aid is it's a shared system that all the towns use. That if we get busy or busy with calls, we're able to call help in from surrounding towns to give us a hand, whether it be fire related or medical related.
Does Duxbury only have one ambulance?
We have 3.
3, but you only had one staff that night?
Yes.
Okay, so you call in for an additional ambulance. At some point in time, do you learn that there
Thank you,
are
Pinky.
2 other patients,
Yes.
Cora Clancy and Callan Clancy?
Yes.
At that point in time, do you have to do anything to call in more assistance?
Well, the recall for Duxbury personnel was already put in, so I called 2 more ambulances at that point.
And the scene that night, discovering another victim, was that a chaotic scene?
It turned very chaotic very quickly.
Okay. And was it a situation where people would start treating a patient, but then have to move on to something else and someone would take over?
Sort of. I had 4, so I
Thank
had
you.
myself as a shift commander. I had
It
an
is
EMT with me, but there's also 4 paramedics. So the way it ended up working, all the initial paramedics were with Miss Clancy in the beginning. And then when we found the other patients, we left a paramedic with Miss Clancy, a paramedic with Dawson, and then the 2 paramedics were with the 2 other kids in the other room.
And did someone eventually also have to be with Patrick Clancy?
Eventually, yes. Yeah, but at the time, there was nobody with him in the beginning.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
Okay. All right, counsel?
No questions. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If you're just joining us, it is some of it is really tough to listen. I watched this morning as the police officer described what these children looked like when he found them, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. Thank you so much for the heart, Wendy. I really appreciate that. 4.5 thousand likes. I'm going to challenge you to get to 20,000 likes pretty quickly. They're calling in the next witness now. If you want to actually watch the trial with us and comment and be in the chat with me, come over to YouTube. My username is @StephsCaseFiles over there. Come on in. We are watching it live and also talking about it. You can only hear it here because TikTok will tick you for reproduce comment or whatever. So yes, let's go, Wendy. Let's go.
Good morning.
They are getting the
Very
next
quiet.
witness on the
Yes, please
stand.
come.
Good morning,
Thank
Sweet
you.
Rain. Thank you
Good
for coming
morning.
over.
Good morning.
Could you please tell the jurors your first and last name?
My first name is Loring, Loring. My last name is Nudd, Nudd.
And do you have a nickname that you go by?
I do.
What's that?
Everybody knows me as Chuck.
Hold on.
Chuck. Do you work, sir?
I do.
What do you do for work?
So I'm a firefighter EMT with the Duxbury Fire Department. I was at that time. I am now retired.
Okay, so when did you retire?
So I retired a year ago.
A year ago? And so how long had you been working with Duxbury Fire before your retirement?
A little over 30 years.
30. And can you explain what your role was as a Duxbury firefighter?
So if I was an EMT, which 80% of our calls are probably that related. So I would assist a paramedic or I would drive the ambulance
Paul's
or
calls.
whatever was necessary at the time. And then we were also fire
Hey,
suppression, and we were all trained in that and went to the academy.
hey, Georgina. Thank
Can you
you.
tell us what the difference is between an EMT and a paramedic?
So a paramedic requires another year or 2 of training, and they're able to prescribe meds. I mean, not prescribe meds, excuse me. Give meds that they have.
If you are in this
according
room
to
right
what they
now,
need
please
to
follow
do.
me.
They can
Totally
also
free to do.
read
Hit
the
that button right
monitor
by my name,
that helps.
please.
That shows rhythms in the heart and what have you.
Is it fair to say that as an EMT, you're trained in basic life-saving techniques,
Correct.
while a paramedic is advanced life-saving techniques?
Correct.
And so at Duxbury Fire Department, is it also fair to say that each and every firefighter has that dual role of either being an EMT, a paramedic, and a firefighter?
Flash go.
Yes, some are. There might be one EMT, just a basic, where most of them are paramedics or the.
It's never given me a flash go like that. Can we make it? Let's go.
Firefighters too.
Okay. And in the town of
Hold on.
Duxbury,
I'm sorry to interrupt this, but it has
does the-
never, ever, ever done that. Hold on. It has never, ever, ever done that. Thank you. It is always heart me's or one TikToks. It has never done the goal, the flash goal with the crowns. Let's do it. Let's do it. I've never, ever, ever, ever seen that. We are frozen. I'm going to refresh the feed here. Totally frozen. Give me just a second. And I noticed this feed was freezing up earlier today too. We might have to switch feeds. Let me see if I can go back and find a new one. Give me just a second, folks.
your assignment.
So that day, I mean,
Well, I don't want anybody else's commentary. This is okay. Give me just a second, folks. We're having technical difficulties. Nope, that's not what I want. Let me try to go back here. Okay, here we go. And we're back. It's crowns. It's the crowns on TikTok. I can't believe it's never done that.
Appreciate you still on your oath. Thank you, sir.
Please have a seat.
Thank you, Tanya. I don't know what in the hay bale they're doing right now, but I'm going to tell y'all, did y'all watch yesterday when they brought out the children's clothes as part of the evidence? Did y'all watch that? And what do you think about Lindsay Clancy breaking down and crying about that the whole entire time? I mean, just completely beside herself over the clothes. Holding on to her lawyer's hand very, very tightly. Let's go. 8.7 thousand likes. Let's get to 25,000 pretty quickly. Let's go. Let's go. Well, if you go back to like really anybody who's carrying this trial and you go back to, you can rewind it and watch it. I believe that was yesterday's. Good morning. If you're just joining me, 354 souls in the room on TikTok, 30 entire souls on the YouTube. I am on the Big YT. It is at Steph's Case Files. We are watching the trial together.
Jurors entering.
We are watching the trial together and talking about it in chat. So if you want to also watch it instead of just listening to me, please come over to the big YouTube. Andrea Yates. They talked about the bloodshot eyes. That's the part that really broke my heart on the children.
This court's now in session. Please be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of the record, we return back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant and including the 18 jurors.
All right. Well, members of the jury, thank you for your patience with us. What we're now going to do at this point is we're going to return to the evidence. We have witness Patrick Clancy, who testified earlier, is now being recalled, as I said, for the purpose of cross-examination. Okay. All right, counsel.
They're about to cross him. They usually do that together. Is it oddly that they didn't?
You and I have.
He is on
certainly
the
met
stand.
before, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree with me that I went with you and your brothers, maybe some other people, into your home very shortly after the state police finished with searching and removing what they felt was evidence from the home?
Yes.
El Cousins, that's what pays me
You recall that?
the ads on the Big
that
YT. I'm so
different
sorry,
rooms
but it
and
does.
different
That's
things,
what
and I
pays
think
me
they
for
took
my
some
time.
photographs and things of that nature. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
At Steph's Case Files. At Steph's
So,
Case Files
if
on
I may,
YouTube.
You met Lindsay back when she was in school, or was she working as a nurse?
She was at the MGH Institute.
And the MGH Institute is like Mass General Hospital nursing program, correct?
Correct.
She has some kind of like an accelerated course or something,
Yeah.
had a double major.
Yeah.
Was a very good student.
She was. Yeah.
And she, at a relatively young age, got her RN and was a nurse at Mass General, correct?
Correct.
And at Mass General, she was a, we call it L&D, a labor and delivery nurse, is that it?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many years she worked in Mass General?
I think she started in 2014,
Do you remember when she graduated from nursing school?
6 months earlier.
And were you guys in a relationship then?
We were. Yeah.
And had
Oh,
you
my
started
Lord.
living together in Southie or?
They keep showing
Not in South.
this
We
the
didn't live
back of the
together in Southie.
lawyer's
We lived
head.
together in Quincy.
Quincy? Tell us a little bit about, you know Lindsay, obviously, better than most. How did she like being a nurse?
She loved it. I think it was her dream.
Would you say that she enjoyed her work and helping people?
Definitely. Yeah.
So there's been some commentary here from the government about that she was anxious because she had to go back to work, or she didn't want to go to work, she's lazy, or whatever the case may be.
Objection.
Sustained, if you could rephrase that.
All right, so I'll strike lazy then. That she didn't want to go back to work, but I believe you said in answer to the DA, there was a reason that you could see that she was anxious about going back to work, correct?
Correct.
Now, was she anxious about going back to work, to your knowledge, because she just didn't want to work?
No.
What was the reason?
She struggled to be away from our kids at a young age.
So when you guys,
It'd be interesting to go back and see.
Duxbury, did you have children then?
Yeah.
And as the years went by, you obviously had more children. Ultimately, you got 3 children, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You told us about her birth with Cora, and
Yeah.
Cora, it was a bit of a rough birth. Is that right?
Yeah. She didn't have time to get an epidural, and she bled a lot.
Do you, in the years that you lived with Lindsay as boyfriend and girlfriend, fiancés, and then ultimately husband and wife, do you recognize her handwriting?
I haven't seen it in a long time, but so I'm not sure.
Okay.
He testified to this already about her handwriting.
While counsel's looking at that, is it your understanding, would she take notes or lists and
Yeah.
for work and home and things of that nature?
You would. Yeah.
Yes, it's live.
Excuse me. I'm going to approach you, sir, with this document and just ask if you can recognize the handwriting.
Yeah. That looks like her handwriting.
Looks like Lindsay's handwriting?
Yep.
So I'm going to run the this.
Any objection?
Yes.
All right, if I could see counsel.
They're doing a sidebar right now. 349 souls in this room. Tap, 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 tap. I'm challenging you to get to 25,000 likes. That's what the algorithm wants so that they can pull people in so we can listen to the trial together. If you want to watch it and chat with me in the comments, go to YouTube. 36 souls over there, 340 souls over here. If you can, hit that follow button right by my name. It's totally free to do. We are watching the Lindsay Clancy trial. Today's live goal is, it is still wanting me to do the flash goal. It is not going to go away until we do. 341 souls in here. I know each one of you can throw maybe a crown. There are 38 people in here that I know can throw one crown. And let's reach this crazy goal. They've never done this before. Let's see if we can do it together. They are coming back out of a sidebar. Lindsay Clancy trial live coverage. If you want to watch, please come over to YouTube. If you just want to listen, please hang with us.
Yeah.
Pull it away a little bit. Looking at this, what does it appear to be to you, if you know? Does it appear to be notes of deliveries that she was involved with?
Yeah.
You see the first one, what's the date, if you can read it? I can't.
It says May 11th, 2015.
And does that indicate, would that, to your knowledge, be around when she started working as a labor delivery nurse?
I thought she started a little early, but I'm not sure.
You see the name of the little girl that was born on that date that was her first delivery?
Yeah,
What's the name?
it's Cora.
And is that the reason you guys named Cora?
It was, yeah.
Can you tell the jurors, as a husband living with Lindsay over the years, what kind of a mother was she?
She was very dedicated. She did everything. She started reading them books at 3 months. And she made up songs for them. I remember she used to make green eggs and ham for Cora because she liked that book.
Good morning, Corey.
Is that one of those
Connie.
Dr.
Good
Seuss
morning,
books?
Connie.
Yeah. She brought them to music classes.
You're quite the musician yourself, isn't that right?
I play a few instruments, yeah.
You play guitar?
Yep.
In your home, one of the things that appears to be striking is that almost every room, other than maybe a bed, well, actually a bedroom, but was dedicated to children. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have a fancy dining room, right?
We did not, no.
What did you have in the dining room?
We had the table that I grew up with.
How about stuff on the wall in the different rooms? Did she put things, wall hangings on the walls?
We are watching
There was
on
a
the
lot
big
of art
YT.
projects, stickers,
Follow
things
me
like that.
at Steph's Case Files,
Hanging from the wall?
YouTube.
Yeah.
One of the photographs that the government had was photograph that, excuse me, you can identify for us. Is this photograph a fair and accurate depiction of one of your rooms?
It was,
Yeah.
Grandma, but I don't know
What
that
room
she
would that
took
be?
them all,
That's the playroom.
or that she took them through and through to give
Any
them a full
objection?
chance.
All right,
maybe.
that may be admitted.
Almost to 25,000 likes, folks.
Thank you.
If I may put exhibit 58 up so the jurors and so I can see it. There's some kind of like, looks as though it's boxed out window. So are we standing in the kitchen?
They're showing pictures of the basement.
Through that boxed out window?
Yeah.
And all those objects, obviously.
Oh, no, is that the dining room?
Kids' toys and things of that nature, right?
Right.
Do you recognize this photograph as being just a sample or sampling of the kids' rooms?
Yeah.
You know which room that was?
I think it was Dawson's.
Showing the kids' rooms.
Any objection?
No.
All right, that may be admitted.
I can't, that's got to be so hard for him. Having to see pictures of your
This one
kids'
here has
rooms.
A bunch of stickers. It's got Bruce Lightyear or whatever his name is over to the right. And it's got an alphabet, A, B, C, D, things of that nature, correct?
It's Paw Patrol.
Okay. And again, following through on that same theme, you recognize this photograph as well being another portion of that wall?
Yeah.
And what are those, decals?
Yeah, they're just big stickers.
Okay. In the interest of time, Your Honor, I would just say, you also identify this as being one of the kids' walls. Would that be what you were telling us would be art projects?
Yeah,
And they were hanging on the wall?
correct.
Who hung them on the wall?
I think Lindsay did.
And would she also take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures of the kids?
Yeah.
Oh, God, he's having to sit there and look at
Recall her
pictures.
Putting together a little collage saying newborn, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and then hanging that. on
Oh,
the wall.
no.
Yeah, she did it for each kid.
Oh,
Which child was
look
that?
at that.
That one's Dawson.
Oh. Oh. They just showed pictures.
Did you have occasion to see her interact with Dawson as a?
Ray, did you wish to introduce those photographs?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm,
60 and 61.
it says live.
Can you describe for the jurors her
He's on
relationship with
Cross
Dawson
right
when he was
now.
a little kid, but I mean, did she?
Is this
your
yesterday?
observation, did she love that?
Hold on a minute. You're right. Why did it say live? I thought I was watching it live. Well, I hadn't seen that part anyway, so I guess everybody got caught up on that. Let me see if I can find the right feed. I could have swore we were watching that live. Thank you for bringing that up.
But we had a manual one instead.
Now we're on the
So
right
what do
trial.
you do
Thank you.
with the manual drill to enter the IO?
You just twist and then it goes into the bone.
And what bone do you attempt to do this in?
A
were you
firefighter is
able
on the stand right now. See,
Or
that feed keeps freezing
IO
up.
into Dawson.
Yes.
What is the purpose of the IO versus the IV?
If the patient has difficult access, which pediatrics do.
And in this
that was weird,
circumstance,
Sarah.
what kinds of medication were you trying to deliver through the
Thank
IO
you,
to
BL.
Dawson?
Epinephrine.
What's the purpose of epinephrine?
Basically kind of just kind of
Be right back.
helps
I'll
to
get a bit of
restart the
drink.
heart.
And at this point, he had no heart activity.
Correct.
You also mentioned attempts to intubate. Can you tell us what that means?
So intubation is an advanced airway where you put a tube into the airway to secure it to deliver high flow oxygen.
Were you able to intubate Dawson?
Yes, Kevin Heath did.
And what do you do when you enter the tool to intubate?
You go into the mouth and you do a motion of pulling up to see the vocal cords so you can pass the tube through.
And what do you attach to the tube to try to increase breath?
Oxygen and BVM, which is basically you're squeezing a bag.
So BVM would stand for bag valve mask?
Correct.
While you were treating Dawson and doing the airway, intubating him, giving him the medicines, were you able to observe anything about the area of his neck?
Yes.
What did you observe about his neck?
Dark red marks around his neck.
Now, all of this is happening while you are in the back of the ambulance with firefighter Heath, correct?
Correct.
And do you recall another Duxbury officer being present, Dan Doherty?
Yes.
Eventually, was that ambulance then sent to the local hospital?
Yes.
Which hospital did you guys go to?
BI Plymouth.
On the ride to the hospital, did you ever get a pulse for Dawson?
No.
Were you ever able to
Come
resume
back.
breathing using that method with the bag valve mask?
Get it together.
The efforts to give him the medication, the epinephrine, did it ever do anything to start his heart?
No.
When you arrived at the Beth Israel Hospital emergency department, tell us how you transferred the care of the patient.
We wheeled the stretcher in. We went into the first room, which is trauma 1 and trauma 2. We moved the patient over to their bed and then transferred care.
While you were at the emergency department at Beth Israel, did you see another child from that same home come in?
I did.
And what department brought them in? What fire department?
Marshfield.
Did you do anything to assist Marshfield when they came through the emergency department?
I assisted in compressions when they were getting
Was he
the
though?
child out of the ambulance.
Where's the
And is
proof?
that something that is ongoing during when you're trying to transfer care to the emergency staff?
Yes.
Being the father of the children at the emergency department that evening when you were there?
The feed keeps
You
freezing.
came
The courtroom feed.
Correct.
the
Set. And yeah, just basically visually upset.
Did you do anything yourself to assist him when he was there?
I assisted to get a chair in case he needed to sit down.
And was that before or after the children had been declared?
I believe it was after.
Thank you.
All right. Attorney Reddington?
I have no questions. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
All right, thank you, sir. You may step down.
Welcome in. LISHLB, welcome in from TikTok. If you're just joining us, we are watching together on Big YT on the at Steph's Case Files. Together,
Same objection.
because we can't watch it over here, so you can just listen over here, and it kind of feels better if we're watching it. So come on over, find me. It's the same logo. It's the same logo. And if you're in here right now and you don't follow me, please do so. It's totally free to do. They are bringing in a new witness. A firefighter just got off the stand. This is the live trial of Lindsay Clancy, accused of taking the life of her 3 children. A new witness is being sworn in. We did hit 27,000 likes. Now I'm going to challenge you to get to 50,000 likes. 50. I think we can do it.
All right, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yes, counsel.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Could you please tell the jury your first and last name?
Patrick Dwyer,
Can you please spell your last name for the record?
DWYER.
And how are you employed, sir?
I'm a firefighter paramedic at the Duxbury Fire Department.
And in what capacity are you a firefighter or paramedic? Do you have any supervisory roles?
No, I'm not a supervisor at the department.
Now, in your role as a firefighter and a paramedic, did you receive training for those roles?
Yes.
And how long have you worked for the Duxbury Fire Department?
It's in my 8th year right now.
I'm going to draw your attention to January 24th of 2023. Do you recall working that day?
Yes.
Were you on a 24-hour shift?
Yes.
And so that would be an 8 a.m. to 8 a.m., correct?
Correct.
At approximately 6 o'clock or just after 6 p.m., were you dispatched to 47 Summer Street?
Yes.
What was your assignment that day on shift?
I was working on the engine.
Thank you,
out of,
Disney.
Station
We
2
seem to be good for now.
Where is
Long
Station 2
crime for just a
located in the
minute.
town of Duxbury?
on Franklin Street.
When the dispatch came into 47 Summer Street, do you know approximately how long it took you to get from Station 2 to the location?
A few minutes.
Who was working with you
Thank you.
at Station 2 that day?
Jennifer Stratton.
What were each of your designated roles?
I believe Jen was driving the engine and I was in the officer's seat.
Now, at Station 2 in Duxbury, is it normal for just 2 of you to be on shifts at that station at any given time?
Yes, correct.
And fair to say there are other firefighters and paramedics that are on staff at the central station, correct?
Correct.
And in this dispatch,
Thank you, Truth Taylor.
at Station 2 on the engine were dispatched to 47 Summer Street, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
When you received the dispatch, did you have any information that there had been children involved?
No, we did not.
When you got to the scene, what did you see?
When we got there, it was dark out. We started walking towards the house. And the other firefighters were there before us. Then we were directed to go to the basement.
Cindy, thank you for the
Before going
jewels.
to the basement, were you directed towards the outside of the house and then redirected to the basement?
We were walking towards the backyard. So I believe that's where the first person was located. So we were kind of making our way back there.
So I'm just going to show you what's been previously marked as exhibit number 34. Can you
A
see it on
lot.
the screen next to you?
Yes.
And so would this be 47 Summer Street?
Yes.
And fair to say you were on your way to the backyard on the left side when you were redirected?
Yes.
Did you ever make it into the backyard?
We went through the backyard to go into the residence.
But you were directed to the basement to testify?
Yes.
If you could take a look at that screen again, I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibit 38. Can you see over here sliding glass doors?
Yes.
Is that where you entered the house?
Yes.
You indicated that you also went to the basement, correct?
Correct.
When you got into the house and went down into the basement, which side did you go to at the bottom of the stairs, the right or the left?
We went down to the left.
What did you observe when you went down into the basement?
We saw 2 children on the ground and the father sitting on the couch next to them.
So again, just going to show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 95. Is that fair to be the left side
Yes.
basement? And Exhibit 96. Where did you see the father?
He was sitting on a couch or something in the area. Not sure exactly which one.
Did you also observe the children on the floor?
Yes.
Sorry about
How
that.
many children?
Sorry,
2.
I forgot to unmute
What
myself.
did
They're
you
watching.
do
They're looking
when
at
you
pictures of
observed
the basement.
children?
We started CPR. They were in cardiac arrest.
Okay, and so which child did you work on?
The 5-year-old girl
Where was she located?
On YouTube, Bailey.
on the floor.
Come to
in that room.
YouTube, search for
So as far as looking
Steph's
at
case
exhibit
file,
number
same logo. We
96,
can
does that
watch
depict the
together
general
on
area where you
YouTube.
saw the 5-year-old
And I'm
child?
live there now.
Yes.
Where did you treat her? Where did you see her?
Right in that area. I can't remember exactly where it was.
In this photograph of exhibit number 96, do you see a lot of equipment?
Yes.
It's the max volume.
And I'm just going to show you exhibit 101 too with some more equipment.
It's the max
You have that
volume
equipment
on
there.
my soundboard and
Yes.
Is
everything.
that equipment that was used to treat the 5-year-old child?
Yes.
Did you learn her name to later be Cora Clancy?
Yes.
While you were assisting or working with Cora, what was Jen Stratton doing, your partner?
She was with the other child.
Do you recall where the other child was in relation to Cora?
They're kind of right next to each other.
So again, showing you exhibit number 96, if you look to the middle of the photograph, there's a red spot on the floor. Is that a fair place where Cora was?
Yes.
And would the other child, the younger infant, was he
She's crying.
closer to the couch or the bed
Lindsay
area,
Clancy's
or was
crying
he
right
in a
now.
different location in the basement?
Probably more towards this side, I would say, if I can remember.
When you say this side,
Like-
what do you see in the picture?
She's looking away and crying.
Probably closer to the cardiac monitor.
Okay, and can you tell us which is the cardiac monitor? Is it here at the bottom?
Yes, that piece of equipment right there.
And again, in exhibit 101, can you see the cardiac monitor a little better?
Yes.
Where is it in this photograph?
Right there.
Do you mind just getting up and pointing?
They're
to it?
showing pictures of where she, and there's
So we're
blood
talking
everywhere.
about this black
She's crying
bag
over it.
that is sort of off center of the photograph next to a blue bag. Is that fair? Okay.
Sorry, what was the question?
I'm just trying to locate it on the picture for the record. So you pointed to a black bag that's kind of off center in this photograph, correct?
That's horrible.
This is a cardiac monitor.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
When you started to treat Cora, what were your observations of her when you came upon her?
I noticed she kind of looked like she had some burst blood vessels around her eyes.
Did you make any observations of the color of her skin?
I was kind of pale, bluish.
Mm-mm.
When you approach the patient, what's the first thing that you do to assess them?
I check for breathing, check for a pulse.
Did she have a pulse?
No,
Was she breathing?
no.
And when you're doing those things, are you able to make observations of the area around their face, like their nose and their mouth?
Yes.
In this circumstance with Cora, did you notice anything around her mouth?
Around her mouth? Not that I can recall.
Ugh. And they have to see that kind of stuff all the time, firefighters and paramedics, doctors, nurses. It's a lot of trauma to live with.
When you are trying to assess her breathing, is there anything
Thank
do to
you,
try
Lena.
to,
Girl power,
resuscitate somebody or get them to breathe?
300 joules.
Yes, we would use a bag valve mask to help them breathe.
Did you do that for Cora?
Eventually, when we got the equipment down there, yes.
And were you able to use that device and get her to breathe on her own?
No.
Hey, Debbie.
And while you're utilizing that bag valve mask, fair to say you're in close contact and making observations of the patient's face and mouth, correct?
Yes.
And you indicated that you're not sure if you recalled seeing anything around her mouth.
Nothing particularly that I can think of.
Okay, if I may approach.
285 souls on TikTok. If you are not following me, please do so. Totally free to do. Just hit the button right there by my name so you can keep up with all things true crime. For those of you over on the Big YT, there's 62 souls. If you want to join my Discord page, all you have to do is subscribe.
Around Cora's mouth.
$5 a month,
That you did have
and you
some
get
blood in her
immediate
mouth.
access to my channel where I have individual high-profile case files
Did eventually
that you
other
can study.
emergency staff come down and help you with rendering aid on Cora?
Yes.
And fair to say, one of the things that you do is maintain compressions and CPR.
Yes.
And can you do that by yourself, or do you often have to have somebody help?
Well, we usually have multiple people working.
And in this circumstance, with the treatment of Cora, other people came in and helped you with those things?
Yes.
Were you eventually able to prepare her to leave the basement area?
Yes, once we get more first responders down there.
Morning,
And
lady
fair
in
to say,
red.
there was first responders from other departments that came and helped prepare to bring Cora out of the basement, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall how she left the basement?
We took her out of the basement on a backboard up the bulkhead stairs.
And the firefighters that were assisting putting on the backboard, do you remember where they were from, what town?
Marshfield.
When Cora was placed into an ambulance, do you remember what ambulance she was placed into?
Marshfield ambulance.
Did you continue to help assist them when she was put in the ambulance?
Yes, I went to the hospital with them.
And do you remember who the firefighters were that were from Marshfield that were helping you?
Yes, Andrew Wilkins, Ryan Henry, and Kerry Carver.
And fair to say, Andrew and Ryan were in the back of the ambulance with you, correct?
Yes.
And Kerry was driving?
I believe she was in the back also.
Okay. At some point, somebody hopped in the front seat and drove?
Yes.
And when you got to the hospital, which hospital did you transport to?
Beth Israel, Plymouth.
Were efforts continued to be made in that transport from Duxbury to Beth Israel in Plymouth?
Yes.
While inside of the ambulance, did you try to use one of those cardiac machines to shock or defibrillate Cora?
Yes.
Was there any
So somebody
result
had
for
asked that earlier, so there's your
We
answer.
shocked
Yes.
once, but did not regain pulses.
And when you got to the hospital, did you transfer care to the emergency staff at Beth Israel?
Yes.
And did you do anything further on the care and treatment of Cora?
Not once we transferred care. No.
Yes, Candy. If you are just joining us, we are watching the live trial of Lindsay Clancy on the Big YT. If you'd like to join us over there, 56 souls over there, 279 souls over here. Today's live goal is 10 of these crowns. If you can throw one, it goes to support the platform. And what we do here, if you can't, tapping and clapping is free, tapping is free, reposting is free, sharing is free. What do you guys think of this trial so far? Let me know in the comments on both platforms. I am live on the Big YT, so we can talk about this and watch the trial together. But I'm interested to know, what do you think so far? She's already been crying this morning. Do you think that she has any remorse for what she has done? They're zooming in on her now.
12 calls Jennifer Stratton.
They're calling the next witness. Tap, tap, tap. Hit the follow button. If you are in here, please, it's free to do. For those of you on YouTube, you can join my Discord. You can study cases. Talk about true crime all day long. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you so much. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think it's $5 or $6 a month. Come on in to the Discord. The YouTube is at Steph's Case Files. At Steph's Case Files on YouTube. I would like to know that too, Daisy, actually. They're swearing in the next expert. 40,000 likes. I'm going to challenge you to get to 50,000 likes. 273 souls in the room.
So the jury can hear you, okay? Great, thank you. Yeah, Trish Sprague.
Thank you. Good morning. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, Jennifer Stratton, JenniferStratton.
And your date of birth?
July 11th, 1986.
Where do you work?
Duxbury Fire Department.
And how long have you been a Duxbury firefighter?
12 years.
Are you also a paramedic?
Yes.
And how long have you been a paramedic?
About 13.
And have you completed all the training and certification required to be a paramedic?
Yes.
I want to direct your attention to January 24th, 2023. Were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
And were you working a 24-hour shift that started at 8 a.m.?
Yes.
And were you part of a crew that was dispatched to 47 Summer Street just after 6 p.m.?
Yes.
And who was with you in that crew?
Firefighter Patrick Dwyer was with me in the engine that night.
She's a paramedic.
And approximately how long did it take you to get from the station you were located at to 47 Summer Street?
Maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
And were you driving?
I was driving that night.
What did you see when you arrived?
Pulled up to the address, saw our ambulance crew. They had arrived just before we did. They were starting to walk to the back of the house.
And did you follow?
Yes.
And what did you see in the backyard?
Came to the backyard, saw firefighter Dan Doherty kneeling next to a person. It was very dark. Ended up being Miss Clancy. That was all we saw for a few seconds.
And at that point, did you hear something?
We did. Heard a voice yelling for us to get inside of the house, that there was a kid hanging in the basement.
And did you go into the house?
We did.
And what entrance did you go in?
Through the slider doors in the rear.
And did that lead you into the kitchen?
Yes.
And then did you proceed to the basement?
Yes.
When you got down to the basement, down the basement stairs, would it be accurate to state that you can either go right or left?
Yes.
Which direction did you go?
We took a left.
And what did you see when you went
dog.
left?
We took a left and we saw Callan and Cora face up on the
Rich
ground.
media.
And when you saw them, what did you do?
I immediately jumped on the radio to ask for 2 additional ambulances, that we needed more help. And Patrick ran to Cora and I went to Callan.
And
Quite a bit of mixed feelings I can see in the comments. Mixed feelings. Postpartum.
showing you what's been marked as
Harper says no matter what, she
100.
unalived her
This is
children.
the room that you entered.
We're back to showing photos.
And where was Cora, to your memory?
Cora was just to the left in this picture, and Callan was just to the right.
And when you say just to the left, are you putting over towards the equipment against the wall in the picture?
Yes.
And when you say to the right, are you pointing to the area to the right of the dresser?
Yes.
Showing you Exhibit 98. Is that the area where Callan was found?
You can see the exercise bands that she used. They're showing pictures of that.
You see the pajamas there, the stethoscope, and the blue exercise band.
Yes.
Do you recall removing Callan's pajamas to treat him?
I did, yes.
So when you went over to Callan, you remove his clothing. What do you do after that?
I didn't remove his entire onesie right away. Made sure that checked him for a pulse. He did not have one. Immediately started chest compressions on him.
Now, for this is an 8-month-old baby,
Yes.
correct? Is the way you do chest compressions for a baby different than other people, other ages?
Yes, because of the size, you have to scoop your arms around and you compress with your thumbs. And
I'll allow it.
So you said you have to put your hands underneath on the back of the child and then use your thumbs to do compressions?
Yes,
And is that what you did for Callan?
yes.
And what did you do next?
Continued CPR on him until more help and hands started to arrive on scene. We had an off-duty firefighter, Tom Brandt, come in, and he started to assist me. He took over compressions briefly while more help
Remember,
started
the
to arrive.
8-month-old had a faint
When
pulse for a while.
Brandt took over chest compressions, what did you do?
At that point, someone had brought down a bag valve mask to help us deliver oxygen to the child, and we started delivering oxygen to the child.
And at some point, did you remove the pajamas completely?
Yes.
And when you removed the pajamas completely, was that so someone could attempt to get IO access through the baby's legs? And was that successful?
That was not successful, no.
Is that difficult to do with a child that age?
It's a little more difficult. It's a less frequent practice skill, but
Were multiple attempts made to get the IV and access into the bone in Callan's leg?
I attempted once, and another provider attempted a second time. I don't remember.
Good
who that
morning,
was.
Laura.
And neither attempt was successful. What did you do next?
They wouldn't allow it,
Oh, what was
Candy.
your answer?
For which
I'm sorry.
part?
Was either attempt successful?
No.
They wouldn't allow that
What
testimony.
did you do next?
Eventually, Kingston Fire arrived on scene to provide the ambulance for transport for Callan. I don't know how long we were in the basement for, but we did make the decision eventually it was time to get moving to the truck and start going to the hospital.
While you were working on Callan, did you notice any injuries on him?
Yes, he had deep strangulation marks around the entire circumference of his
Ugh.
neck.
And throughout the entire time that you're in the basement, are chest compressions being done and you're trying to assist him with breathing?
Yes.
Did he, in the home, ever regain a pulse or the ability to breathe?
No, he did not.
Was he eventually taken to the ambulance?
Yes.
And how was he removed from the basement and brought to the ambulance?
I scooped him up in my arms and carried him outside to the truck.
And did you go with him in that transport to the hospital?
Yes.
And at any point in time, did he regain the ability to breathe or heartbeat during that transport?
No, he did not.
Was care transferred to medical staff at Beth Israel Deaconess Plymouth?
Yes, they were.
Nothing further, thank you.
Mr. Rankin?
Oh my gosh, could you imagine having to do CPR on an 8-month-old baby? And I'm sure that's things that they do all the time, but as a paramedic, I don't think I could be a paramedic. They are bringing in a next witness, I believe. So in the meantime, we have 290 souls over here on the TikTok. Today's live goal is 10 of these crowns. We almost have the 10, only 4 more, and it does go to support the platform and what I do here. If you can't, tapping is clapping is free. I've got a few gifts open in my gift gallery. We keep dropping leagues, so the gift gallery keeps getting smaller and smaller, but there are a few boxes. You can help us get back up to the B League and have some really cool boxes in the gift gallery if you can. Otherwise, tapping's free, clapping's free. Even if I can't hear it, hit the follow button. That's totally free to do. All of those things go to support the platform. Thank you, Lady in Red. Thank you for the Legend Crown. I really appreciate that. I believe what has happened here, I've missed it. Did they go to break? What is happening right now? I was looking at TikTok screen and now I'm seeing the court symbol. Somebody update me here. I think they're on a break. So in the meantime, sidebar, thank you. While we're sidebarring, we have 417 souls in this room. Please hit the follow button. It's totally free to do. Please, please, please. It will help you keep up with all things true crime, especially this case. What do you think so far, everybody? We're watching it together on the Big YT. You can find me there at Steph's Case Files. But what do you think of the trial so far? Do you think it's going to be a not guilty by reason of insanity? Do you think that's going to really happen? Or is the jury going to hold her accountable in a different sort of way? Janae says the prosecutor sucks. Bingle says guilty. Daisy says personally, she just can't say. Happy Toad over on the Big YT says she was supposed to be such a loving, caring mother. She had to be severely depressed to do what she did to those kids. I mean, what else could be the reason? Candy on TikTok says she will go to a hospital. Stephanie on YouTube says, I believe she should be held accountable. Guilty. There are a lot of mixed feelings in the comments I see. Some of you think it's psychosis, another think that it's just plain slurter and she needs to go to jail. Mental hospital, some of you say. Janae says, I think guilty, but personally, I think that the husband's doc should also be held responsible. Do you think if the doctors cross-examined each other in sort of a way, or if there was a system to alert another doctor that another medication, do you think that this is systems like that, or would it be too miswired and go off all the time? Because you have to do that with everybody if you create a system like that. How would the doctors know, I guess is what I'm asking you, that each other were over medicating? What would be the steps to try to prevent something like that? We are coming back from the sidebar. Sarah says, I think there's no real good answer. I'm sure she lives with a lot of guilt, but those babies should still be here. Wouldn't the pharmacy know them? Only so.
Good morning, sir.
Only if they're controlled substance would you get your ID
If I may?
checked and that
Yes,
actually be
Thank you.
tracked.
Good morning. Can you please state and spell your name for the record
It's Robert Costanzo, Costanzo,
and your date of birth, please?
4/24/1985.
Where do you work?
Pembroke Fire Department.
And how long have you been a Pembroke firefighter?
I've been there since
God,
2011.
everybody's born
you
in the
also a paramedic?
85, 90, and I was a
How long
kid
have you been
running
a
around
paramedic?
town.
I've been with
Everybody's so
Pembroke
young in this
since
case.
2011, and I started in EMS in 2006.
And have you done all the training and certification required to be a paramedic?
Yes,
I want to direct your attention to January 24th, 2023. Were you working that day?
yes, I was.
And were you working an overtime shift that day?
Yes,
What was your role on that shift?
I was assigned to the ambulance.
And at some point after 6 p.m. that day, was
Happy
there
birthday,
a call
Shannon.
put out by Duxbury
young.
Fire Department for mutual aid?
Yes,
Just a baby.
And being members of the Pembroke Fire Department, did you respond to that request for mutual
I
aid?
got married in
Yes, we did.
Who
1994. so-
responded?
it was me and my partner,
Who was your partner?
Dan Smith.
And did you go in an ambulance or some type of engine?
An ambulance.
And did you respond to the area of 47 Summer Street?
Yes, we did.
And approximately how long did it take you to get there?
Between 5 and 8 minutes.
When you arrived, what did you see?
There were multiple pieces of equipment, other ambulances, police cars.
Yeah,
When
I
you
graduated in
arrived,
95
were
from
you
high
directed
school.
to the backyard?
Yes,
And did you see a patient there in the backyard?
yes, we did.
And where was she located?
She was on the
So I got
ground
married when I
with
was 17. Yes,
a
it's
Duxbury
true.
firefighter. She was already C-spined on a
married.
longboard with a collar. She was unresponsive, but breathing on the ground.
And did you learn her name was Lindsay Clancy?
Yes.
And when you say she was already on a board with the C-spine, what type of equipment are we talking about? And if you could just explain to the jurors.
So it's just a long flat board that we use to secure people when
You're
there's
watching Law and Crime,
possible
Law and Crime.
spinal injury. And she already had the collar on her neck. They had already started treatment prior to our arrival. So they had her all secured to the long backboard with the collar applied.
I was born in
And
70.
did you notice anything about her wrists at that time?
Yes, her wrists were bandaged previously, assuming some kind of injury. There was no active bleeding or anything through the bandage. It was just, but her wrists were bandaged.
Was it white bandaging?
Yes.
And so nothing was seeping through to your eye? Did you see anything on her neck area?
She had
They have,
some
Laurie. She's been
superficial
crying.
lacerations that we could see around the collar, but we don't typically remove equipment after it's already been placed.
My
So I
mom's
didn't
crying.
investigate any further than that. There was no active bleeding that I could see, so we just left it alone.
So there was, even with the collar, there was nothing, no blood flowing out of the collar or pooling around her or anything like that?
Correct.
Was she breathing?
She was.
Was she responsive?
No.
Was she making any noise at all?
She was moaning and groaning.
Can you start
but
thinking about my mom?
No words, no verbal response.
Snap back into what's going on.
Did you bring her to your ambulance?
Yes, we did.
And when you got to the ambulance, what was your role?
We'll get
I
tagged.
was the tech in charge.
Come
so
over
we
to
did
YouTube.
as
We're
much of an
watching it
assessment as
together
we
there
could
at
without
Steph's
removing
case
her from the
files.
board to look for any further injuries. Other than the injuries that the Duxbury Fire Department had already found, we didn't find any further injuries. And then we continued with treatment, vital signs and such.
When you did the assessment, did you look at her head?
Yes,
Were there any cuts or bumps or dents that you noticed in her head?
not that we noticed, no.
What about her arms, other than the bandaging on her wrists? Were there any cuts, obvious broken bones or injuries to her arms or her hands?
No.
What do you think about the
obvious, broken
calculation of
bones
it,
or
Stephanie
anything, no.
Williams?
And you said you were the tech. What does that mean?
I was the medic that was in charge. It's one or the other. You're either assisting the medic that's in charge or you're the medic in charge. So I was the medic in charge.
And was anyone else in the back of the ambulance?
They're
with
showing
you
her now.
treating, Ms. Clancy.
Yes, my partner, Dan Smith.
Who was driving the ambulance, if you recall?
I was our deputy chief, Jim Shea.
And do you recall which hospital you went to?
South Shore Hospital.
While you're
Look at her
well,
face.
let me ask you, how
Look at
long
Lindsay's face,
approximately
y'all.
did it take you to get from 47 Summer Street in Duxbury to South Shore Hospital?
It's
Hit the follow
typically
button.
about
537 of you.
from Pembroke.
Totally
it would
free to
be
do.
about
Hit it,
15
hit it, hit
minutes,
it.
So it'd be a little bit longer than that. I'm not sure the exact time. So probably maybe 18 minutes.
Okay. And while you're in that transport in the back of the ambulance, after you've done this examination of Lindsay Clancy to see if there are any other injuries, what do you do next?
So we would start treatment. So we started putting 2 IVs.
Nobody
as
gets
a
tagged but me,
precaution,
Doodle.
If
I'd done it,
and
I
any
would
other
get
treatment that was
flagged.
needed. So we noticed that her pupils were constricted and she was unresponsive. So we treated for a potential opioid overdose. We gave 2 milligrams of Narcan, and she seemed to become a little bit more agitated, reaching out with her arms, but no verbal communication. She never fully woke up.
And have you given Narcan to individuals in the past in your role as a paramedic?
Yes, I have.
What is the typical reaction when you give a patient Narcan?
It depends on the drug that they took or the amount of drugs that they took, but depending on what they take, they usually, their respirations will go up, their pupils will get a little bigger, sometimes they fully wake up.
We know who they are, who's referred to.
The patient.
And you were referring to patients that you've dealt with in the past in your role as a paramedic, is that
That's
correct?
correct, yes.
And so they would often wake up when given Narcan?
Yes.
And what type of drugs, based on your training experience, does Narcan work on?
We're trained to use it for opioid overdoses, so heroin, fentanyl, other drugs like that.
Okay.
Mods, we're getting some
does
spam.
Narcan
If you
typically
could
work
take
on
care of that, please.
benzodiazepine?
Forever
We
grateful
are
to
not
y'all.
trained to use it for anything other than opioids.
And when you gave Lindsay Clancy the Narcan, she did not wake up, correct?
No.
Did you provide any other care to Lindsay Clancy on the way to the hospital?
Just continued to monitor her vitals and make sure there was no decline.
And once you arrived at the hospital, did you transfer her care to the hospital staff?
Yes, we did.
No other questions?
All right. So you're not trained in Narcan on benzodiazepines, is that correct?
Yeah, we don't give it for benzodiazepines.
And in any event, when you gave Narcan to the body that was laying on the ground, she had already been wrapped up on her wrist, right?
That's correct.
Already been wrapped up, had the thing on the neck to prevent the head from moving, right?
That's correct.
And also had bandages perhaps on her neck area, I'm not sure.
There were no bandages that I could see because
Just
the
the neck
collar
thing?
blocks. Yeah, most of it I could see. There are some holes in the collar that we could see some superficial lacerations through,
Right.
but there was no active bleeding. Her wrists were already bandaged, so we don't take the bandages
I mean,
off
she
after
did on her
they're
wrist, they just
And
said.
there was no blood
That's good.
throughs.
I asked the questions, you can answer them, okay? Narcan administered to Lindsay Clancy on the ground, yes?
Why?
In the ambulance, but yes.
And there was no reaction. It didn't have any effect on her, right?
She appeared to become a little bit more, she started like reaching and grabbing a little
They
bit more than she
Narcaned her?
was before.
That's consistent.
Was
as
she on a
well with
control?
person who's had a head injury, right?
Could be.
So in any event, the Narcan that you're trained would be dealing with opioids, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, did you know, sir, at all that she
Candy, I'm
suffered
wondering
a
too. I'm a
burst
little
fracture of the
confused.
cervical spine? Did you know that, sir?
No,
T5 through T6, T4, 6, 7, 8, all exploded, fractured. Did you know that?
no,
Did you know that there was hemorrhaging into her body, that she fractured every rib in her body?
no,
It was pretty dark out there, wasn't it?
it was.
Did you obviously administer aid to her, or did you also have, like, a
495
flashlight on your head,
souls
or were you
in
holding a
TikTok.
flashlight or what?
She
Please
was
hit the
already
follow button by my
packaged. She
name.
was
Totally
already
free to
on
do
the
so you can
longboard
keep
and
up
everything,
with
so we
all
picked her
things
up, put her
true
on the
crime.
stretcher and moved out of the backyard into the ambulance.
So how long did you handle, if you will, her while she was laying there?
On scene, we were only on scene for, I think it was 7 minutes, I think total on scene from the time that we,
Chaotic,
yes,
and it was dark in the backyard, right?
yes,
There was no exterior lighting, nothing on the house that was lit up like spotlights or anything, right?
that's correct.
No flashlights, right?
No,
And you scrutinized a hole in the thing that goes around the neck when someone has a head injury, especially
Where did your mic
cervical
go,
injury,
bro?
thoracic injuries. You scrutinized the hole and noted that there was superficial wound to the neck.
What?
that's all we could see through the side of the collar,
Who's waiting?
me and my partner.
Was your partner scrutinizing the hole as well?
The whole, I don't,
You said there's a hole in the thing that goes around the neck.
yeah, there's holes in the collar that you can see
They're,
through.
Right, and you were scrutinizing.
they're having mic
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
It's not you,
Yes.
it's them. And it's not me.
Did your partner look through the hole as well? And
He's there, Mama. Look, it looks like it just kind of went out.
in the past, haven't you?
Yes,
One of the things that they asked you is whether or not it appeared as though the injuries to her neck or wrist were superficial. Isn't that right?
yes,
And other than looking through the little hole in the thing around her neck in the dark, you didn't see her neck after that was removed, did you?
no,
Oh, yeah.
Como, redirect?
Sir, after the 7 minutes that you were in the dark backyard, you were then in an ambulance for 18 minutes with the patient, correct?
that's correct.
And there's lighting in the ambulance, correct?
There is.
And during those 18 minutes in the well-lit ambulance, did you ever see blood seeping through the bandages on her wrists?
No,
During those 18 minutes in the well-lit ambulance, did you ever see blood pooling around her neck or flowing from the neck?
no,
Thank you.
So she's what she just did there with that one question was try to give doubt to the jury that Lindsay was trying to actually take her own life with these superficial wounds, meaning they did not bleed through the bandage.
Daniel Doherty?
Same objection.
One cross question. All you need is a little bit of doubt. And that would prove that if she only knew to superficially cut herself, then she wasn't in a psychosis where she wanted to end it all. They are calling in another witness right now. We have 510 souls here on TikTok. If you could, please hit the follow button right by my name. It's totally free to do. Today's live goal is these 10 crowns. If you can throw one, it goes to support the platform. If you can't, tapping is clapping and all of those things, sharing the live, reposting the live, everybody repost, send me your heart me's. All of those things are just as much as appreciated and I appreciate your time.
Right, good morning,
This
sir.
is the live trial for Lindsay Clancy. Super
Good morning.
chats,
Can you please
super
state and
stickers,
spell your name
welcome
for
on the big
record?
YT.
Daniel Doherty, Dougherty,
And your date of birth?
8/27/1986,
Where do you work?
Duxbury Fire Department,
How long have you been with the Duxbury Fire Department?
5.5 years, full time.
Are you also a paramedic?
Yes,
And how long have you been a paramedic?
4 years.
And have you completed all the
Thank you,
training and
Daniel.
education and certification required to be a paramedic?
Yes,
I want to direct your attention to January 24th, 2023. Were you working that day?
I was.
And were you working a 24-hour shift?
Yes.
What was your role that day on shift?
Firefighter, paramedic.
If you guys wouldn't mind, I need to take my dog out to potty, and I'll be right back.
Sometime after
He's
6 p.m.,
ready.
did you respond to
I'll be right
47
back.
Summer Street in Duxbury?
Yes.
And when you responded, who was with you?
Firefighter Heath was driving and firefighter Nudd was in the back.
And so you're in ambulance 1 at that time?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And when you arrive at 47 Summer Street, what do you see?
There was 2 police cruisers either blocking the driveway or near it. So we pulled ahead of it, stopped the truck and got out.
And did you head to get equipment and head to the backyard?
Yes.
And what did you see in the backyard?
We had Officer Hall kind of directing us towards the side of to the side gate. And from there, we went around to the back of the house.
And did you see a female on the ground?
We did.
And did you learn that was Lindsay Clancy?
Yes.
Do you recall what she was wearing?
I believe it was jeans and a tank top.
Did she also have socks on?
I believe so.
And did you examine her or assess her once you reached her?
Yes.
And what, if any, injuries did you observe?
She had lacerations to both wrists as well as her neck.
And were those lacerations actively bleeding?
No.
Can you describe the lacerations that you saw on her neck?
There was dried blood, seemed to be somewhat superficial since there was no active bleed.
And what about the cuts on her wrists?
Same.
And would you say same? Are you saying that there was no active bleeding there?
Correct.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you do to treat those wounds?
We bandaged them up. I believe we placed a ABD pad, just a sterile pad on her neck as well.
You said an APD or a sterile pad. Is that just a type of like gauze or something that you put on the wound?
Yes.
Okay. And so you did that, and then you bandaged the wrists, or vice versa?
It was the wrist first, I believe. But we did secure the airway first before bandaging her wrist.
Okay. So when you first arrived, is she breathing on her own?
She was.
Was she responsive?
Somewhat.
What does that mean?
Not totally responsive. Pretty much the painful stimuli.
And what is painful stimuli?
As we were moving her, she somewhat regained consciousness with us.
And painful stimuli, is that when someone reacts physically or verbally to pain?
Yes.
And so you said that you assess her when you first get there. You said you did the airway first, is that right?
Yes.
And how did you go about doing that?
We placed an OPA device to secure her tongue down just to protect her airway.
What's an OPA device?
It's a plastic device that depresses the tongue just to keep the airway open.
I was wondering about
So
that,
it's not the
Candy.
tube that goes down.
No.
He
It's
left,
just something
didn't
that
he?
holds the tongue down.
That's correct.
And after you did that, what was the next step?
We placed a non-rebreather air mask on her and set the oxygen.
So is that just a mask that goes on the face providing oxygen?
Yes.
And then what did you do next?
From there, that's when we heard the scream.
And so did you bandage the neck and the wrist before the breathing, securing the breathing, or after?
That was after.
Okay, so just to be clear, first is securing the tongue down, putting the oxygen mask on, and then you did the bandaging?
That
You're
came
talking
later,
about
yes.
on
okay.
Lindsay.
So was the bandaging before or after you heard the screams?
That was after.
Okay. So when you hear the screaming, what, if anything, do you do?
I looked at Captain Hussey and Firefighter Heath, and we kind of all looked at each other, trying to figure out what was going on.
Okay. And did any of you leave the area after hearing the screaming?
Captain Hussey did. Firefighter Heath went to go get a backboard for the patient.
Okay. And did you stay with Lindsay Clancy?
I did.
Okay. And then is it at that point that you do the bandaging, or after you get the backboard?
Kevin was gone for a while, so that's when I started bandaging up her wrists.
Okay. And did he eventually return with the backboard?
He did not.
So you bandage the wrist. What happens next?
I believe it was
43
Officer
souls
Hall
on Big
came to the
Latino.
backyard. He asked if I needed anything. I told him the board, kind of gave him a direction of where in the truck it was. And then he also left to go grab that for me.
And when you
But
say
do
the
you
board,
think
you're
the
referring
lack
to the
of
backboard?
candy
Yes.
makes you
And did
turned
he
you
return with
into
the
a
backboard?
splutterer, or
Yes,
And was Ms. Clancy loaded onto the backboard?
she was.
And who assisted you with that?
It was Officer Hall, I believe, and our retired deputy.
And is there a process that you follow when placing someone onto a board to ensure that that you don't cause further damage?
Yes.
And what is that process?
Just C-spine precautions. So you secure the neck.
Thank you,
kinda
lady in
make
red.
sure that, it's
over on the big
immobilized as
YT?
you kind of
Thank
move
you.
the patient.
Y'all hit the thumbs up
So
over
what
here.
did you do to secure her neck?
We had someone at her neck. I don't remember who it was. Just kind of hold steady that her neck didn't move in the process.
Okay. And then did you follow that protocol, the C-spine protocol, to safely put her onto the backboard?
Yes,
Okay. And at some point was a collar placed around her neck?
I believe so. Yes.
And then what happened next?
I believe I got on the radio and asked our captain who was transporting first, because we knew that there was multiple patients at that point.
And what were you told?
Pembroke was on its way in. They may have just arrived, and she was going with Pembroke.
Okay. And were you part of the team that transported her from the backyard to the Pembroke ambulance?
Yes.
And did you help load her into the Pembroke ambulance?
Yes.
And did you go with them during that transport?
I did not.
After Ms. Clancy was loaded into the ambulance, did it leave?
Yes.
What did you do next?
I went to our ambulance that was in the driveway at that point.
Okay. And was Dawson Clancy in that ambulance?
He was.
And did you ride in the ambulance to the hospital with Dawson Clancy?
I did.
What was your role in that ambulance?
I was operating the bag valve mask for him.
So you're trying to provide oxygen to him through the bag valve mask? And was his care then transferred to Beth Israel Deaconess Plymouth medical staff? And nothing further.
You know, Stacey, this is a question. It's kind of like who failed here. Well, I think a little bit of everybody,
You have an EMT, a paramedic, or
especially
paramedic?
mom.
And how long do you study for that?
2 years plus.
Would that be full-time studying, or are you working at the same
I
time?
was working at the
Okay.
same time.
Do you know on that evening what the temperature was outside?
It was cold.
Wicked
Thank
cold,
you for
wasn't
your
it?
follow.
It was lower than that. wasn't it?
720 people in here,
really
souls.
cold.
720 souls.
And how long was she?
Hit the
laying
follow
in
button by
snow
my
on the
name.
ground?
Totally free to do.
We got the call at 6-ish or whatever time it
Okay.
was. We
And the call
responded.
came because her husband came home from picking up food and found her on the ground, right?
Correct.
So you don't know how long she was laying in the snow on the ground, right?
No.
In the cold.
Correct.
And what's hemostasis? Do you know?
What's that?
What's hemostasis? What does that mean?
Just the coagulation.
And
They're showing
you
Lindsay
know what
now.
the effect of hypothermia? Let me
You're
ask
watching
you,
it
what's hypothermia?
together
It's just the body.
on the big
under
YT if you want to
under
come over at
temperature of the
Steph's
body.
case files.
Under temperature of the body?
Or your body is not at temperature that it should be.
Right, because of the environment, right? Cold, right?
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes it can be medically induced, right?
Mhm.
Hypothermia affects the blood flow, doesn't it?
Yes.
In fact, you actually have a thing called therapeutic hypothermia, right?
Mhm.
Like if they have to restrict the blood flow to either a heart or a brain or something, that a person can be induced medically to be cold,
Yes.
and it would restrict blood flow, right?
I know what he's trying to do. Come
So all these
on.
questions about whether or not there's blood seeping
Is
through
he court appointed?
whether or not there's blood through
Is her attorney court appointed? I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to say she didn't bleed out because it was too cold and that's restricting the blood. Therefore, there couldn't be any proof
Typically heat in a
that
hospital,
she
correct?
knew she wasn't going to
And
die.
were you aware that, Ms. Clancy went to South Shore
Court
Hospital, correct?
101.
Yes.
And are you aware that the wounds on her wrist did not have to be sutured until the following day?
I didn't get.
Oh,
any of
she's
that
crossing on
information.
that, honey.
Were
Throw
you
down.
aware that the wound on her neck never had to be sutured?
Same answer.
Thank you.
Anything further? Thank you, sir. Thank you.
One question, that's all you need. Remember, the goal is to create any grain of reasonable doubt, no matter how you get it.
Cahill?
On what subject? did she know? Was it planned? I mean, did she know she wasn't, that it was going to be superficial? Was it calculated and planned? If you are in deep psychosis, can you calculate and plan a route and plan a time and plan a way and a place? If you're really in psychosis, can that be possible, that you can still logically plan the death of 3 children? They are calling another witness. We have 521 souls over here on the TikTok, 53 souls over here on the YouTube. If you want to watch it with us together instead of just listening, you're free to come over to YouTube. You can search at Steph's Case Files over there.
All right, good morning, sir.
Some of you say, I'm asking, like, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just provoking thought processes that the jury's going to think, okay? Or what the prosecution or what the defense is trying to get across from them.
Good afternoon,
I
sir.
don't
Can you
have the
please state
answer.
and spell
I
your
don't know.
name for the record.
Sure. My name is Vincent Cahill, to be Vincent. Last name Cahill, that'll be Cahill.
And your date of birth, please.
11/11/1996.
Where do you
Oh.
work?
I work at the Duxbury Police Department.
How long have you been with the Duxbury Police Department?
About 5.5 years.
Oh, so he's
Will I
old enough
direct
to
your
be my
attention to
son.
January 24th, 2023. Were you working that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you on patrol?
Yes.
And directing your attention further to approximately 6:11 p.m., were you dispatched to 47 Summer Street in Duxbury?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you arrived there, well, how long did
Somebody
it take you
knows
to get there
him.
approximately?
Really,
Couple
Panthers.
minutes.
And when you arrived there, what did you see?
When I arrived there, I saw a cruiser in the driveway, as well as an ambulance and a fire captain.
And did you head to the backyard?
Yes.
And did you
We'll
see
get
a woman on the
tagged
ground there
accounts.
being
That's
cared
why
Yes.
we are
for? And
over
did
on
you
the big
later
white
learn
key.
that was Lindsay Clancy?
Yes.
At some point, do you hear or did you hear loud screaming?
Yes.
And as a result of that, did you go inside the home?
Yes.
And did you go to the basement area?
Yes.
And when you went down the basement stairs, did you go to the right or the left?
I initially went to the right and I was following the father.
So as you're going down the stairs, you say the father, is that Patrick Clancy?
Yes.
Do you see him as you're going down the basement stairs?
Yes.
And where is he coming from and where is he going to?
It's coming from my left, heading to my right.
And what is his demeanor?
He was screaming.
YouTube.
And as you came down
Rosalind,
the stairs, did he
YouTube.
point in a direction?
Yes.
Where did he point to?
To the left side.
And is that where you headed?
Yes.
And when you went to the left, did you see 2 children on the floor in that area of the basement?
Yes.
And what did you do?
I checked the pulse of the 5-year-old girl and passed that information along. And then when fire came on scene, I then was backing away because fire was going to
Savage,
start
thank
taking
you.
over, taking care of the 5-year-old girl. I then backed into the infant who was on the ground.
So you said that you checked the 5-year-old. Was that Cora Clancy?
Yes.
You checked her for a pulse. Did she have a pulse?
No.
And you said fire came down and started taking over. Was that firefighters from Duxbury Fire Department?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you started backing up. Is that when you bumped into Callan Clancy?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that point in time, what did you do next?
I checked Callan's pulse.
And did he have a pulse?
No.
Did firefighters take over care of Callan?
Yes.
At that point, did you do something to make it easier for the people to fit in the room and treat the children?
Yes. I moved a large futon or ottoman, piece of furniture.
And I'm showing you Exhibit 96, directing your attention to the couch bed and the ottoman on top of it.
I wonder
You're the
how
one
many
that placed that
do
ottoman on
paramedics
top
and
of
stuff
the
have
couch
to
bed.
Yes, ma'am.
testify on all sorts of trials, right? You would think. And what an emotional burden. But then to have to remember everything about the call. 75,000. Let's see if we can make it to 100,000
After
likes,
that,
folks. Thank you.
were you asked to help get some equipment for the children?
Yes.
And did you do that?
Yes.
And did you bring the equipment to the basement?
Yes.
And after that, did you assist with getting Cora to the ambulance?
I assisted with rescue breaths with Cora as well as CPR. I aided with Officer Josephine.
And how were you doing the rescue breaths and the CPR?
I was using a bag valve mask. Myself and Officer Josephine were timing it every couple seconds. It was 15 seconds. I was doing rescue breaths on Cora.
And At some point, she's taken out of the basement into an ambulance, correct?
Yes.
Did you assist with that?
I don't recall.
And at any point, did she regain a pulse or ability to breathe while you were helping to assist her?
I agree on that, Kay. A phone call should have been made right then and
given
there.
the task of monitoring who came into the scene and who left the scene
Yes.
Throughout the night,
Yes.
and showing you what's entitled crime scene entry and exit log. Is this the form that you were in charge of? Just documenting every time someone came to the scene or left.
They're showing some sort of log right now. Maybe a call log. I'm not sure what that was.
That may be admitted.
Have nothing further. Thank you.
Counsel? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, they're letting down that one. Now, I don't know. This time yesterday, they took a 2-hour break. They're doing a sidebar right now. He's probably going to discuss breaks or what they want to do. But do you have to be a super fan to do Discord? So, Truth Teller, what you do is you come over to YouTube. You have to be a YouTube paid subscriber. So come over there. It's at Steph's Case Files, where I'm live over there right now. And I think it's $5 or $6 a month or ish. And so you just subscribe to my channel, and then you connect the YouTube app to your Discord. So you go into Discord, go to connect apps, connect YouTube. And when they connect together, you'll be able to automatically see my channel. Now, one of the cool things that I've done in the Discord, we have channels where we talk about true crime, but I have made a folder for every high profile crime that is going on or case that is going on right now, so that you can go in there, you can see the latest updates, you can see the timeline, you can see photos. I'm trying to make it, a little bit more interesting so that you can keep up with all things true crime. And it goes to support me, and then I work toward that, and we know how the circle works. So if you can come over there and subscribe to me, and then get in the Discord channel, it will automatically connect you. Okay. And $5 a month, that's like a Starbucks. So give up one Starbucks coffee a month and come support a true crime content creator, huh? Thank you. 618 souls in the room right now. We have 77,000 likes. I'm going to challenge you to get to 100,000 likes. If you're in here right now, please hit the follow button. It's right by my name, totally free to do. All right. Truth, I have had dental problems this week, and people in Discord are telling me they've had dental problems. So I don't know if it's like a dental problem week for everybody in the world, but everybody's teeth seems to be clashing together this week. Okay. Lindsay Clancy, what do you guys think of her? Personally, if you're putting beside the postpartum, possibly the postpartum reasoning for alleged reason that she took the lives of her children, what do you think of her as a person in general?
There's still
As a mom
there's couple
before
of
that,
issues
as a person
we have
before
to
that.
kinda hammer out and get done.
Certified. Good to
And
see you.
rather than have you wait around, I'm not quite sure how long that's going to go. I'm going to excuse you for the day. All right. As I told you, sometimes the schedules don't always match up what I tell you they're going to do even a couple hours before. So I'm going to excuse you until tomorrow morning. All right. And so tomorrow morning, the plan is that we're going to go on this view. And I'll explain it a little bit more in detail
Listen.
Tomorrow. But
this is happening.
So you can kind of picture it in your head. I'm going to ask you to be here, to be ready to come out here at 9 o'clock. I'm going to address you, probably ask you those same questions. Then I'll give you a little bit of information about the view. I'll give you an instruction. What the view is, we're going to go to a couple of areas.
They're going to the house. Lindsay, too.
Look at these areas. The lawyers will be there. They'll be able to point out what they feel is significant.
They're going to the house tomorrow, KK.
We'll then come back. We'll continue with some of the testimony. We may end up a little bit early tomorrow as well in regards to the schedules. And at that point, I'm going to talk to counsel, kind of see where we are in regards to the overall schedule. But it's my impression that we are ahead of schedule at this point. So I just kind of wanted to let you know that. So I'm going to excuse you till tomorrow morning rather than have you sit here. And,
what did she just put in her
kind of
mouth?
wait in regards to that. So I'm going to excuse you till tomorrow.
Off the
That's gonna be
table?
here at 9. Check the weather. See but you'll be on the view in the morning, and then there'll be some witnesses in the afternoon. All right, so remember, I'm going to ask you those questions. Don't read anything. Don't talk about it. Don't do any research. Don't take any field trips. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay? Thank you.
Court, all right.
Okay, they are, hold on, and I'll explain this to you. Okay, they are going to the house in the morning. That's what he was talking about. And we've known about this all week long. They are taking a field trip to the house in the morning, and then they're coming back in the afternoon, and they're going to have witnesses. So he's cutting short today to let the jury rest in anticipation for this tour. So they are adjourned for the day. A lot of people are like, why? And here's, okay, so I have been thinking of this too. It's not just y'all. I've been wondering, why in the hay bale would you not go tour the house in Idaho 4? They tore it down. You're not going to go tour the house where 4 people were slaughtered, but you are going to go to the house where Lindsay jumped out the window. And it's just as important. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's not as, how can I explain this? When you walked into the Idaho 4 crime scene, that needed to be walked by the jury. Now we got Brian Kohlberger coming back and saying, oh, I meant that I was not guilty. So we might have to go through all of this again if he wins his appeal, and there's no house to go tour. But in this case, and I don't have an issue with them touring the Lindsay Clancy house, but it wasn't a blood fest crime scene. Do you understand? And so it's pretty simplistic as far as the evidence is concerned and where they were, and pictures tell the tale of that. But here we are. We're going on a field trip, and Lindsay's going with them. They are going to roll her right on up to the house. I guess it's her right to go there because it's her case. But is that a normal thing? Is that something that they do all the time in cases like this? Is whoever murdered people in a house get to go back to the house? That's a normal thing? I don't know. I'm asking. 565 souls in here. If you can, hit the follow button right now. It's free. It's right by my name. Hit. That way you can keep up with this true crime case and all true crime cases for forevermore. Nolan's lawyer is going live with an update right now. So is this a scheduled presser? Here we are. All right, I've got the presser up. There's about to be a presser. Join us on the Big YT. Let me change the background. Okay. I'm going to mute that background music until they come up to the podium. And also let me change my stream name over here. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to remove this. And change my I'm also live on Facebook, by the way, but I'm changing my title here so we all know what's going on. Okay. We have 40. Y'all type something over here on the Big YT. I've not seen a comment in a long time. Comment over here. Let me know you're live over here on the Big YT. If you're just joining me now in here, we have 554 souls. We are waiting on a live press conference. Let me change this. Okay. There you are, Tina. I see you. Disney, I see you. Sarah is present. I see you guys. Thank you so much. Are we going to be able to see the lawyer? Not here on TikTok. You'll be able to hear him. I can't show you the screen because I always get flagged for unofficial reproduced content. So if you want to watch the actual presser with us and comment with us and talk and chat about it with us, you have to come over to the Big YT. It's the same logo at Steph's Case Filed. Is it scheduled? I haven't heard that it's scheduled, which makes it peculiar to me that we're having one right now, unless they have the first results of the first autopsy and they are going to spill this in the midst of a investigation. What is my opinion on the Nolan Wells case? Oh my goodness. I think right now they don't have enough evidence to blame this on a bunch of white boys at this point in time, in my personal opinion. $493 souls, tap, 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 87,000 likes. Let's reach 100,000 likes while we're waiting for the press conference to start. And hit the follow button right by my name if you haven't done so yet. Totally free to do. Beaches, I see you over there on the Big YT. We are waiting for a live press conference. This is a live view of the podium. We are waiting for Ben Crump, I believe, to come up to the podium. I'm kind of leaning toward you, Stephanie Mosley. Are you Lindsay Clancy? Well, they have adjourned for the day, Michelle, and tomorrow they are going to tour the house. Cindy, thank you for your heart me's. Everybody in here, 473 souls. If you have a heart me, send it right now. I want to see the screen blow up with heart me's. I've never seen a bunch of them at one time. If you still have yours for the day, please give it to me. The jury was dismissed in the Lindsay Clancy case because they are going to physically tour the house tomorrow. This is going to be the defense, the prosecution, the jury, and Lindsay Clancy is going with them to tour the house in which she took the lives of 3 children and then jumped out of a second-story window herself. They're going to do that in the morning, and then in the afternoon they're going to bring in more witnesses to testify on the stand, okay? 90,000 likes, let's go. I see those heart me's. Thank you. Thank you for your heart me's. Thank you. I appreciate that. Firebird! Firebird's in the house. Why is that? Danita, we just had this conversation, I promise. We just had this conversation because I said, how is that helpful? Exactly. It would have been helpful in the Idaho 4, but instead they tore that house down. But now we've got a jury being toted up in a van and taken over to a house. They made a 3D version of it. Firebird. Thank you for the United Heart. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Folks, today's live goal is these crowns. We only need 2 of them. Only 2 to reach today's live goal. If you do, it goes to support the platform and what I do here. If you can't tap and it's clapping and all of those things are free, following me is free, reposting the live is free, sending your heart me's, all of those things. Thank you, Darlene. Yay, we reached it. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you're wondering what we're doing right now, we're switching topics to Nolan Wells. What's up, Paula Weinbarger? I see you. Okay, here we go. They're coming in, so I'm now going to unmute it. This is the live press conference. I'm going to unmute it now.
Justice for Daniel Murray.
Daniel who?
Justice for Daniel Murray. Justice for Daniel Murray. Justice for Daniel Murray.
Who?
Justice for Tyler Smith. Justice for Tyler Smith. Justice for Tyler Smith. Justice for Tyler Smith.
They're,
Justice for Tyler Smith.
hold on, they're linking Nolan to these cases. And there's no evidence.
Justice for our black children. Justice for our black children.
But how do you know he wasn't killed by a black person?
Justice for our black children.
Justice for our white children.
Justice for our black children.
Justice for our white children.
Ladies and
Justice
gentlemen,
for all
first of all,
children.
let me
White, black,
say
green,
how much I
Indian.
appreciate
What
you
is
all coming
this?
out, for this important media conference. We have organized this press conference for a few purposes. One purpose is because we want the world to know that the National Urban League and all of our affiliates and members and supporters across the country
Where's the
are
evidence
standing with
that this was a
these
racial
three
crime?
families.
Where's the evidence?
And when families suffer the tragedy of the loss of a child, it gets lonely. And when families suffer the loss of children under circumstances that are suspicious and to the naked eye appear unjust, we must stand with these families.
I agree, Brooke. Right now, I agree.
Families face the challenge of a non-responsive criminal justice system. We must stand with these families. With this giant of a lawyer and advocate over the last 15 years, going all the way back to Trayvon Martin, we have stood with Ben Crump and his clients.
No, we ain't. We ain't going back to Trayvon Martin. I'm going to get mad over Trayvon. That wasn't racially fired. That's a real racial murder. That is. There's no evidence here.
To know that we are not going to be silent.
Stop using the names of people who were really killed over race. Stop it. There's no evidence yet.
Cannot even fathom the pain of these families. I want to thank them for their courage, for being here in public.
Because to me, that's offensive. Can you group Trayvon Martin with Nolan Wells when there's no evidence?
But we want them to know they are with family. We are standing with family. So Ben Crump is going to bring us all up to date on the latest facts, events.
Yeah, let's listen to him. You better have something different.
Of these three cases.
No, stop linking them.
Are going to continue, as we said in the earlier session.
I need a shot.
Advocate until there is justice for these three families. And we will not be silent. We will not get tired. We will not get distracted until justice rolls down.
Based on what evidence? On what evidence?
Man who is known as the Attorney General for Black America. And I dare say he stands with the great lawyers that our community has produced. Thurgood Marshall, Constance Baker Motley, Johnny Cotton, and I can name so many others, who over the years have been advocates for our community in many, many ways.
I'm not familiar
so,
with
ladies and
that.
gentlemen, the next voice you are going to hear is from one of America's great lawyers, someone who is giving voice to the
Nolan Wells, live press. Nolan Wells.
Ben Crump.
I want justice for Nolan. I want, if somebody killed this child,
of the
But I don't think it was race.
March L'Oreal. Please give a great round of applause for him not thinking it robbery to invite the families to be here at this great convention. We are so grateful to him and the others in the civil rights community for standing up like they have stood up in the past. And just like we got justice for George Floyd, just like we got justice for Breonna Taylor, just like we got justice for Ahmaud Arbery, we're going to get justice for Nolan Wells. We're going to get justice for Daniel Irvin. And we're going to get justice for Taylor Smith. And the large part is because you all are not afraid to speak truth to power. Thank you.
Yeah, who's paying that lawyer bill?
Again, I'm Attorney Ben Crump, along with Attorney Lisa Park, Attorney Eric Hertz. We are here fighting for the family of other great lawyers, for Nolan Wells. We also have present with us the family of Daniel Irvin, who many of you are just learning about outside of Dallas, Texas, and his tragedy. We have Attorney Sean DeRaya and Attorney Brooke Cluse fighting
they're
to
just
help that family get
paying all the
justice.
support they have seen them on so far.
His mother,
There's the evidence.
who has been fighting as only a mother would fight, but not many people in the world listen. But we're listening today, Tamika. You are not alone, Tamika. You got Nolan's mother, father, Christine, and Elmore Wansley, who are standing with you as well.
What are they going to do if it comes back accidental drowning by way of drowning?
God, please let her know.
What are they going to do? Are they going to apologize? No.
Attorney Harry Daniels, we also have the family of Tyler Smith, Lexington, Kentucky. You're going to hear from all these families. You're going to hear from Tyler's mother and especially the grandmother. Until the lawyers get there, until the community advocates get there, a lot of times these families are just by themselves, President Mariel. And thank God for this mother and this praying grandmother who refused to let them sweep the death of her grandbaby under the rug. And so I will say briefly
Tyler, who? I'm about to Google
each
these.
of these tragedies. Obviously, many of you know about Nolan Wells. And you'll hear from his mother and father after brief remarks by Attorney Hertz and Attorney Park. But we all know July 4th, Nolan Wells goes with friends, celebrating the 4th of July. All the friends come back.
Tyler from
Nolan Wells tragically washes up on the shore 2 days later, dead. And so we know all the current events that have been happening. We are announcing that we have the audio from the officials, and we have retained and are consulting with some of the foremost audio engineering experts to review those audio tapes from the C-tone call in its entirety. We also, and Attorney Hertz may go into greater detail on these matters, have consulted President Mariel with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. The fact that they say Nolan's body was found in the same location where they say they left him at. And so we want to know, how is that possible with the oceanic tides?
We want to know too, Ben Crump. We want to know too, Ben Crump, but it doesn't mean a white person done it. That's called racism. You assume that a white person with a white person's life without looking evidence That's called racism, Ben
Attorney
Crump.
Hurst will also go into a little more detail at Attorney Park about how we're trying to coordinate with Dr. Roger Mitchell, who conducted the independent autopsy of Nolan Wales, to be able to inspect his throat that was missing with his body when he was flown to do the autopsy with Dr. Mitchell. Also, we are hopeful that they will discuss with Dr. Mitchell the photographs and observations made.
Ben, even if you say, even if you prove somebody white took the life of Nolan Wells, then you've got to prove it's racism. Instead of somebody just getting mad and getting in fights.
And at that time, we know
It's the assumption,
and the laws
assumption in itself.
been dissected and so
I'm
forth.
mad.
We can't tell if there was the presence of water or not. That would suggest whether he drowned or not. And remember what Dr. Roger Mitchell said in his autopsy. President Mario, he talked about the fact that to say he drowned does not draw the conclusions of what happened to Nolan Wales. He said it is equally important to know at what condition.
If this is not about racism, why is not no white families on the stage calling for justice for the murder of their children?
Into the water. He said all of these things are very important. And so we are dotting I's and crossing T's. We are focused on getting to the truth, and we stand for the truth. Me and everybody on my legal team stand for the truth, no matter who it implicates or who it exonerates.
Because you're trying to implicate racism, and racism has not been proven. Neither has murder, by the way.
Who it acquits. And we stand for transparency, so everybody can see. And that's all we want. We want answers. We're not casting aspersions on anybody. We are saying that we want to make sure everybody who is remotely involved has the questions answered to make sure we have a full and fair and impartial and transparent investigation. And is that too much to ask for these broken-hearted parents? Is that too much to ask? That's all. If it was your child, wouldn't you want the same thing? And I get it. They're attacking me. They're attacking Reverend Al. They're attacking the parents of Nolan Wales.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We don't care about those distractions. We ain't no
You
way
just
tired.
off balance.
We are completely focused, completely laser focused on getting to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us God. And so the threats, the attacks mean nothing to us. We will not be deterred. Look into our eyes. We're going to get to the truth. I am so grateful to Mr. Byron Allen for donating $100,000 to the GoFundMe so we can help get the best experts in the world. I am
Today's live goal.
I am thankful to Mr. Tyler Perry. I'm thankful to Mr. Tara Owens. I am very thankful to everybody who did not think it robbery to say, what can we do to help people get to the truth and call in to the tip line so we can help not only Nolan Wales' family, but we can help Daniel Irvin's family, and we can help Tyler Smith's family as well. Everybody on social media, please continue to ask questions. Please continue to share photographs, share videos. It all helps us solve this potential of what happened.
His name is Ben Crump.
I mean, this is so important. Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something. As Christine and Elmore have said, if you're really Nolan's friend,
I want you to listen to these stats right quick. I'm going to pause this.
you know in your heart of hearts.
He ain't giving no evidence, so I'm going to say this very quickly, okay? The majority of violent crime and homicide involves victims and offenders of the same racial background. 84% of white victims are killed by white offenders. 88% of black victims are killed by black offenders. Why don't you have 88% of black people who kill black people on the podium to call them a racist? Where are they?
Voice of everybody who has any kind of authority.
I'm on YouTube
to be
country.
able to
Search
help
for
us
at
get
6
answers
Case Files on
on
YouTube.
Nolan Wells and the other 18-year-old black boys. Now, before I bring up the lawyers, I just want to say a word about Daniel Irvin and about his case, and you will hear from Attorney Sean DeRaya, and after you hear from his mother, Tamika. So similar, and what they're saying about Nolan Wells, and that is her 18-year-old son, President Maria, Congresswoman Beatty. Two young white teenagers come, pick them up from their house.
See? He didn't say some teenagers came to pick him up from the house. He said white, talking about Daniel Irvin.
Her son, I guess they are saying, accidentally drowns. But his two friends then throw away his clothes, right, Sean? Throw away his cell phone, go and delete all the text messages between Daniel Irvin and them, and then say nothing. If it's an accidental drowning, why wouldn't you come to his mother and tell her he drowned by accident? Why wouldn't you go to the authorities? Why wouldn't you go to somebody and say there was a terrible tragedy, he accidentally drowned? But no, they gonna throw away all of the evidence that is germane to finding out what happened. And it's only after his mother raised all kind of hell, and for 4 days they are searching for what happened. Minister Dominique Alexander and the activists in Dallas, they said, no, something happened to Daniel Irvin. We got to get to the bottom of this. Then and only then, Mark Mariel, does the young people come forward to the authorities with their parents, and they say, well, we were there, and they confessed that they threw away his cell phone and his calls, and they deleted the messages. And so law enforcement charged and arrested him after 3 months. 3 months passed. Not until Nolan Wells started making the news did they finally come, and they arrested them, but not for the death of Daniel Irvin. They arrested him with tampering with evidence, and that's it. And what his mother is saying, what Attorney DeRaya is saying, what Attorney Cruz is saying is simply this. If they would lie about his cell phone and throw it away, if they would lie about his clothes and throw it away, if they would lie about deleting text messages between Daniel and them, how can you believe it when they say it was an accidental drowning? They need to take this case to a grand jury.
Nolan Wells, though.
And you're going to hear from his mother talk about other things that don't add up, about the conduct of the boys immediately after the drowning, the alleged drowning. It's so critically important that we remember Daniel Irvin as well. And then Attorney Park, Attorney Cruz, we talk about Tyler Smith, and I'll just try to paint the picture real quickly for you, and then you'll hear from these parents, these broken-hearted parents. 4th of July. You can't make this stuff up, Congresswoman Beatty.
You're making stuff up. I think you're more trying to be in the Nolan Wells case when I don't feel like there is one.
When Nolan goes missing. Tyler Smith in Lexington, Kentucky is the only black person in the home where they're having a 4th of July small house party. Somehow, Tyler ends up being shot in his head, dead. 911 is called. They come, the police get there.
I want you to listen to me. Black offenders accounted for over half of white murder victims in recent FBI data. This statistic underscores a concentrated pattern of violence driven primarily by young Black men. Did you hear what I said?
Bag his hands, and when you test it for gunshot residue, but they don't do that. And you're going to hear from his grandmother and his mother as to the explanation, the implausible explanation that they offered them. And the fact that the gun, President Mariel, that they claimed he used to shoot himself.
His friend said that he would be upset, and I believe
analysis, it does not match the casings that they found on the floor to where he shot himself at. So still, they are taking their word for it. And it's 7 days later, right, Miss Lindsay? 7 days later, after they did say 2 hours in the house, they have to identify everybody who was in the home. And then they have to track down, well, if this is not the gun that caused the death of Tyler Smith, well, where's the gun at? So they have to go investigate, and they go surround one of the young men's houses,
Listen to me. In 2019, when offender race was known, Black or African American offenders accounted for 55.9% of murders. 55%. Most of it is Black victims to is African Americans killing another African American. Okay. White crimes on Black is less common.
Young Black man. But no, he is only charged with tampering with evidence, correct, Ms. Lindsay? Nothing more. And nobody in all three of the questionable deaths of these 18-year-old young Black kids, nobody has been held accountable in any way. And so that's why we're here, saying that we are not deterred. We're not going to let you sweep it under the rug. We're going to get to the answers of what happened to Nolan Wells.
Let's do it apples for apples, Sim. Let's compare stats of Black men Black teenagers taking the lives of white teenagers. I only want to compare apples to apples, and I don't want to compare apples to pears. Do you understand? We're not talking about school shootings. We are not talking about rape. We are talking about violent statistics that prove that I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist, but I feel like they're putting it there without any evidence to cause further division in this country. That they, in my opinion, are racist.
Some updates, and then you'll hear from Nolan Wells' parents. Attorney Eric Hurts, a great
Hi.
Thank you for showing up. I have some brief updates.
There's 175,000 followers. It's fine if you unfollow me, trust me.
We've gotten a letter back yesterday. And
oh my gosh, they got a white person on the stand.
Listen to some of the evidence we have, although we're having to still discuss her giving us back evidence. And that's something that we will see. The phones, not just our clients' phones, but the other phones that are involved in this situation, we are trying to coordinate and have come to a tentative agreement with the district attorney to go ahead and have them investigated together jointly with our experts as well as their experts. And I believe, if I'm not speaking out of turn, the FBI is going to also be present there. And that's going to show a lot of stuff that we haven't seen. I'm going to keep it short, but as I always say, I'd like to say one more time, society is judged by how the most powerful treat the most vulnerable, and justice will prevail. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Attorney Eric Hertz. And now you will hear briefly from Attorney Lisa Park, who heads up our Atlanta, Georgia office and has been leading on this for those years.
So today I just want to recognize all of these families for coming here today, traveling here to Nashville, even family that's here in the audience. If you think for just a moment, for these tragedies, they really just happen. They really just happen. If you've never had a loved one that you've lost,
Sure.
it's hard. And you feel like going into the quiet
I lost 3 at
place
one time
by
before.
yourself, mourning,
I woke up that
grieving,
morning,
doing
and that
your
afternoon, 3 of my immediate family members were dead.
ritual,
For sure.
right? And so it's quite hard that these families have had to come into the spotlight to stand
Absolutely.
up for their children. This is not where they want to be. And for those people who somehow think that they
Right,
want to be
Gigi.
in the spotlight, I guarantee you, this is not where they want to be. For all of these families, for every single family member that is suffering through these losses. So I want to commend all of these families. I also want to commend them for coming together as a group, right? Because all of us, we are stronger together. We are stronger together. And there are so many unanswered questions for all 3 of these cases. But there's hope.
For all
I
cases
see that
of
hope.
people of all races
Do get
across the
calls.
world,
We have been getting
there are
over
unanswered
100
questions.
calls a day. And I want to thank everybody who's called in. Because for every time there's a hater that's saying that these people just want the spotlight, when somebody calls in with some encouragement, when somebody calls in with some information, it makes up for that. Because we know that we're stronger together. These questions, these cases can be solved, and we can do it together. So I want to thank everybody for calling, right? But I also, last thing, I want to encourage those who have not called yet. And you know that you have some information. One, I know that it's scary. I know that you may be scared. But if there's a time in your life to do the right thing, this is it. And you just have to be brave.
To continue
And
to
go
cause
ahead and
division, Carrie,
please
that's the
call
purpose of the
us.
presser.
These people, we need you. We need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Park. And as Nolan's mother and father get ready to come, I cannot express to you how encouraged we are that we're going to get to the truth. I mean, so many things
Because
are
there's not
coming
enough
to light.
evidence to call
And
this a
we're gonna
racial
get to the
crime,
truth.
and they
We
still
are
are calling
not
it one.
trying to
That's why I'm
cast
offended.
aspersions on anybody. We want the truth.
That's why.
We want the truth. That's what we want.
Until there's enough
And like
evidence.
we said, if that implication or exonerates you,
I would
then you got
have
to
enough
talk to your
evidence in
law.
my hand
You
that
got
it was
to
a
talk to
racial
your
crime
God.
and then
But
done
we
all of
want
these
the
pressers.
truth,
I wouldn't
and
do
that
all
was
of
the
these
truth.
pressers
And if it
based
was
on no
your
evidence
child,
and get everybody all fired up
you
and
want the
mad
same
when
thing.
you don't have
And
the
so
evidence in
that's
your
why
hands.
everybody who got children, you could understand the pain, that agony that this mother and father have been dealing with since 4th of July. How people came, time within hours of finding him saying, well, no foul play, just gone. How do you tell somebody just go on? when my son is dead and nobody's giving us any answers? All those people out on that island, and you mean nobody knows nothing? Nobody saw anything?
Nobody saw anything because nothing happened, Ben Crump, so far, according to evidence. But let me ask you all this question, because I know people of different races are coming into this live right now. I'm going to ask you a very good question, and I'm just going to, it's just, you know, I'm curious in your answer. If, based on statistics, more black kids kill white kids, according to statistics. Now, I'm not saying racism exists. Racial killings exist, but I don't like them combining Nolan's case with cases that don't compare. Let's listen to Mom for just a second, then I'll explain my question.
To hug him, to tell him
FBI, that's where they're from.
this has been the most difficult time we have ever had. I want to tell you who Nolan was. Nolan was a God-fearing, God-loving child.
Even worse, Gingy.
He loved everyone. He was the person who would just make you feel comfortable just being in his space. He was never one to exclude. He always wanted everyone to be happy, to feel good, to have purpose. He would lift anyone up. It didn't even matter if he didn't know you. If you took that moment to just tell him a little bit about yourself, what you wanted to do with your life.
No. I empathize with this mother. I hate that she's lost her child. I want to find, if somebody killed this kid, I want to find them, and I want to make sure that they pay. I don't empathize with racism. I empathize with mothers who lost their children.
His friends,
Capiche?
strangers, please call the hotline, because we will not be able to rest until we get answers. But please understand that all of these distractions, these other questions that people, the attacks that people have sent our way.
Thank you, Mama. Look.
Just know we will not be distracted. We are ready to do whatever we need to do as his parents to continue advocating for him, because Nolan is not here. He is not here to speak for himself. He is not here to tell us what happened. So again, we will not rest until we get answers. And if you know something, you need to let us know. Please do not be afraid.
Sound. Really?
Okay?
Really?
Thank you all so much again.
Come on.
We truly appreciate your love and support.
I'm faced with a new challenge every morning, waking up, trying to process this.
There's not enough proof for it to be a racial crime, Auntie K. That's my problem. They're blaming it on white children that have, just because they're white. If they were black, if he had went on the boat with black children, we would not be having this press conference right now. And that's called racism.
We raised Nolan to love everyone, be kind to everyone, because it was just the right thing to do. I got a lot of stuff, but what I really want to say is,
I ain't call well that the racism exists. I'm not telling you it don't, honey. It does. They don't have enough evidence to link this to a racial crime, but they're bulking it into cases that were racially motivated, and I don't like that. Until you have the evidence, I feel like you have to have the evidence and then complain, not complain before evidence. Where's the evidence?
also the disrespect that's been coming toward my wife and my family. For any parent, no matter what race you are, they need time to grieve. A parent can't grieve when you have people attacking them, attacking their jobs, attacking their character.
I will never backtrack on
Just
presenting it
attacking
something
them,
as a
period.
racial
Like,
case
where's
when it
the
may
evidence?
not be. I will stand
We,
my
as
ground when it
veterans,
comes to the
this
facts
is
of the
a
case.
diverse country.
Are they going to apologize if they find
Not
out that
from
he
one race
drowned
made
from
it
being
to this. We all
intoxicated
from
or that a
this
black child
place.
killed
This
him?
country.
Will they
So
apologize?
we all need to come together. And like I said, if you know something, please come forward and just call our attorneys, give them information, and they'll take it from there. Just help us out. And not just us, but all these families need answers. Anyone with information on any one of these cases, please come forward.
You're assuming that it's being
Because
covered
losing
up
a
because
child
people are white.
is something
That's
that
called
we need.
racism.
This is not-
Thank you. Thank you. And President Mario, I would just say the attacks, Christine has been a nurse for years, and she hasn't ever gotten negative reviews.
Where's the facts but where are the facts that white cops and white autopsy people covered this up? Where are your facts?
After he was washed up dead on Horn Island, sick people have been going on her company's website giving her negative reviews. Can you all imagine anything worse than that? That is a shame before God. They are just sick, evil people who would attack this mother and this father
Well, then,
for simply saying, we
that
want to know
white
what
girl
happened
needs
to
investigating.
our child. Don't worry, Christine. We standing with you. We are standing with you. Yeah, and next we're going to have the mother of Daniel Irvin come and talk about her child. And
Okay, so I'm going to mute it there because I don't know Daniel Irving's story. It may be racially motivated. I don't know Tyler Smith's story. It may be racially motivated. But what I'm saying is it doesn't make sense to me to cause all of this chaos. Okay? Based on no evidence, do you see? There's no evidence. George Floyd was racially killed. Trayvon Martin was killed because of his race, or he was profiled. I'm telling you it exists, but I am telling you, in my personal opinion, there's no evidence tying this to a racial crime, but they called it out as racism or racially motivated from minute numero uno, simply because he took a boat with white people. That's racism. If he had gotten in a boat and all of his friends were black, they would not be gallivanting across the country, having press conferences talking about white violence on black violence. Do you understand? I'm going to go because my time is up, but I'm going to put one question in your mind and I'm going to leave you to think on it for forevermore. If my white son were murdered, God forbid, by a black man, am I allowed to have these press conferences right off the bat before they even loaded him out of the truck onto the morgue to go on these platforms and say, this is racism? These black people killed my white son simply because he's white. Would I be allowed to do what they're doing? And why is one life more important than the other just because of the color of the skin? Now, my family didn't own any slaves. We was all poor farmers, honey, and we're still poor. So I didn't have anything to do with none of that stuff that happened before I was born. So why can't I go up on the stage and call out a black person for taking the life of my white son? Why? Think about that. I want to thank you for your time today. It is time that you'll never get back. It's been a long morning with the trial and now the Nolan Wells Oscar-winning performance on the stage, okay? I want to find who took this child's life just as much as you do. But on this platform, we are justice for all. White, black, Indian, Asian, all. Make sure you join me tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. where we pick up the conversation and tap into the Lindsay Clancy trial to see how the field trip out to the house where she took her children's lives. We're going to see how that goes, okay? Make sure you hit the follow button if you don't follow me already so you can find your way back in the morning. Make sure you follow me on every social media platform. All you have to do is look for the same username and logo. I am at Steph's Case Files on every social media platform, including YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and more. I am at the Steph's Case Files on TikTok. It is the only official site here on TikTok. Thank you for joining me. Justice for all. I'll see you in the morning. The most important thing to me is that you be kind to one another for the rest of the day or for forevermore, because it's free to do. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. I love you.